Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Virgo channel, and welcome if you're new to the channel. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. My name is Laura, by the way, if you're new to the channel. And anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you can find in the description box below. I'm going to jump right on in tonight by first again looking for as the word of the day. The word of the day is really the word of the video because I only did one video today, so it would be the kind of like the word of the day. Um, and this word is really the underlining energy of why everyone's doing what they're doing, right? It's again, a lot of times when you're looking at spiritual blocks and shadows and seeing why they are playing out as karmic themes, we're not seeing like a person's truth. We're seeing illusions. We're seeing again what the person wants everyone to perceive. But again, we always can tell that it's not really authentic energy by the way that it feels. So I'm kind of feeling like you're in connection with somebody that, again, they may be putting on their best face or acting like nothing's bothering them, but I feel like, again, it's not true. Let's see why why I feel that way. Shame. So again, the underlying energy is shame. You're going to put that word in your comment bar if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, along with liking the video and subscribing to the channel. You know, if I chose you, if I wrote the word winner underneath, then just reach out to me through email, which you'll find my email in the description box, and let me know what days and times work for you. Give me a few options, and then this way I can, you know, pick a day and then send you the link right to your email so you don't have to worry about how you're going to get on and how you're going to get your reading. Okay. Now, like I said, the underlying energy is shame. So I feel like, a person that is either thinking of you or that is connected to you. Because actually, I don't even really feel like they're thinking of you right now. I'm not going to lie. I feel like they're caught up in their mess. You're dealing with a person that every like 10 years, every 15 years, they enter into a karmic cycle, and that karmic cycle is one that always plays out as shame. Like the karmic theme that they live is shame. And I believe it's because this person like lives a very boring existence. Like they might have, they might be somebody that's 45, 50. They haven't lived that much. I feel like whatever the beliefs that their parents had um, is kind of like the beliefs that they had their whole life. And the truth of the matter is, it's like they grew up in a family that was extremely imbalanced. I feel like there were financial issues, there were relationship issues. So again, there was a lot of imbalance, which brought a lot of shame to the family to begin with. I believe that your person was extremely embarrassed of the way that they grew up. And they were also told not to like be friends with certain people. Like there was like their childhood and their adolescence was extremely um like controlled by like their parents, influenced, I should say, by their parents. And so this person doesn't really know who they are. And so because they don't know who they are, they don't really like who they are. They feel like they have a hard time connecting to people. And they do because they feel inadequate about themselves. And because they feel inadequate and they haven't really lived that many different experiences in life that would show them a different perception of themselves, they tend to, fall prey to addictive behavior because, first of all, life is boring. Second of all, they don't like what their life looks like. They feel as if relationships are difficult or that they just don't connect to people. And so, you know, even with you, I feel like they're attracted to you, but because there's a lot of attraction, this person gets overstimulated. And then it's almost like they talk too much or they don't talk enough. There's a sense that they all have a tremendous amount of anxiety. Going to do it a little bit different today, where we're going to look at what they did again in the connection. So with you, and I feel like, again, they're crazy drama. Like it makes for wild adventures, but not peace. How far are you willing to go? So again, this person created a lot of drama in their relationship. See, the thing is that this person lives a very boring existence. So the thought of them having to go back into like the humdrum into a relationship, but that's kind of like boring for this person. They're looking for excitement. And the thing is, that's not what they usually get. They usually fall in love with the first few weeks of a relationship, which is the honeymoon phase, which is all about the passion. But once it becomes like a regular relationship where they have to emotionally show up for the other person, well, then they don't really want to do that. They create drama in their life as a way to create excitement in their life. It's almost like this person might even gossip a lot about other people because they don't have enough going on within their own life. That's the energy there. So they, again, create this drama because, first of all, it makes them feel desirable. And second of all, it's entertaining. It's not, it keeps the relationship like, it ensures that the relationship is not going to wind up being boring because you'll never get comfortable in it. And then that's the thing, trying to like even talk to this person, they didn't even want to hear it. They keep you up in your mind. Again, where because they've been burned before. And so the thing is, you've both been burned before. This person, again, their way of making sure that they don't get burned is to kind of not let you in, to not let you be comfortable. And also, like I said, once you do get comfortable, there would be a sense that this person like would not be able to deal with it because again, their life is boring. That's like, I know that that sounds crazy, but it's like there's a sense of going off to work and coming home and just feeling drained and tired because there's absolutely no passion in this person's life because they don't feel like they can connect with anyone. They also feel like they're in a karmic cycle where possibly they can't connect to anyone because they're dealing with a lawsuit, they're dealing with a divorce, they're dealing with some major transition within their life and a transition that was not voluntarily brought on. It's a karmic one that it's again this theme of shame. And so I believe that your person is reflecting back to the way that they treated you. It's again facing it, like I said, and that's to me is what I feel like. That's what I said. I feel like they're looking at the situation now because they can't come near you. And as the days go by and the weeks go by, you know, which they really feel like the people that are connected to this person that want to trip your person up, where there again, there's karmic retribution, where, you know, that's why your person's in another karmic cycle of shame, possibly because they cheated, they swindled, they did something again through this like they very reckless behavior. Like your person, someone that like always wants to see what they'll get away with. And so again, with business, They could cut every single corner. If they own their own business, they might have not have paid taxes. They might have, you know, done something that really wasn't on the up and up. And that is another reason why this person, like, I think, feel like everything in their life is collapsing in this person's life. And then on top of it, the way that they treated you, where I feel like, just all of it amplifies. And that's the thing, like, they're for so long, they avoided you, where it's again, now they know it's time to face it. It's like they've been avoiding it for a long time. So whatever they did, like again, where I feel like keeping you up in your head, playing games, creating like unnecessary drama, like toying with you, because it creates passion, but it really only creates that type of toxic um, connection when there's an attachment formed. An attachment needs to be formed if you have two people that are again don't know who they are, that are that are living a bland life to the point that one person is wanting that person to really show up for them and be in a relationship to the point that they'll abandon themselves, complete codependent relationship that tends to be narcissistic, but more of a covert narcissist. And then to a person that's unavailable, a narcissist that's emotionally unavailable and extremely selfish. And in order for that type of, bond to play out, where I feel like that's always what's happened within this person's relationships. I feel like you were like, I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. I see the writing on the wall. And because you tend to be somebody that is more cautious. So this person, instead of apologizing and facing it, because again, I feel like you've been in separation for a while, but partially it was not really because they wanted to stay away. I feel like that by the time that they wanted to come back, there was too many obstacles that this person couldn't come back. However, they did try to come back a few times prior without apologizing, almost to like tip their like dip their toe in the water to like sense like what how you were feeling. And the thing is, you always confronted them about, hey, this is what you did, and they didn't want to hear it. So there's a sense of having shame because of that. Like, first of all, you knew what they were doing. Second of all, you didn't put up with it. And third of all, you're not coming back unless they, come clean, apologize, and change their way. But remember, this person like has a hard time with the everyday relationship. Anything that becomes boring to this person is anything that's consistent. Like again, they self-sabotage themselves because they're like into the thrill, which is what I feel like when they met you, it's like you were too serious, too on the up and up, too, like goody two shoes almost, where now again they could see themselves with a person like that. It's again, but if their life needed to be destroyed in order to want that energy, it's again because again they don't feel as if they belong anywhere. They feel out of tune, and they feel out of tune because they feel as if there's, like you said, because they create this. They know that they create the drama. They don't know why they continually sabotage their life. they know that they sabotage their life. They might not know exactly that it's even through creating unnecessary drama that creates karmic attachments and creates karmic situations that play out. It's again that it's this person, and again, and then not dealing with it. So this person didn't want to deal with it for a long time. I know that their thing is like, I have shame because I want to come back. I want to talk to you, putting them in a position where, it's either they're going to come back and say something to you, or you're not going to be in a relationship with them. And like you said, I don't think that this person feels connected to anyone. And then the fact that they, want to come back, they feel somewhat of a connection to you. They just, they have a spiritual connection to you. But because like how they feel about themselves and the fact that they sabotage their lives and then look at everybody else as if, they're going to hurt them or take advantage because, again, they've attracted people like that into their lives. Well, this person doesn't trust themselves at all. The same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. So this person feels like, again, spiritually, you guys will make your way back into each other's life. Because they feel like, again, that there is unconditional love. It's not that there isn't, it's the fact, again, that this person has to like deal with the karmic retribution, and they don't really know whether or not you're going to want retribution for what they did to you. I mean, there's a part of them that's like, yeah, I feel like I have a connection with you, but I don't know whether or not I created so much damage by continuing like creating unnecessary drama. And that unnecessary drama for some was them talking to other people, trying to create triangles. Again, unnecessary drama to make them, to make you chase after them, to make you become subservient to them, to like kind of emotionally scare you. And neither one of us is being honest right now. Why are we afraid to express ourselves? I think that this person is like, I don't want to be the one to come back and apologize, and didn't want to be the one. It was like, I'm not apologizing for that. I didn't do anything wrong. Almost like we weren't dating. But I feel like they promised, they insinuated, there was again, they didn't let it get off the ground because they played so many freaking games. But if you would have went along with it, hey, it would have gotten off the ground. You just didn't do that. And I feel like you're not being honest, because Virgo, because you still have feelings for this person, even though they did everything that they did. So you're like, nope, I don't like you anymore. And I feel like this person's not being honest because they're like, I can let it go. I don't need to apologize. But there's a sense that they want to apologize. They were afraid of your response. They don't know how the relationship is going to play out, whether they're going to sabotage this connection too. They don't trust themselves, but I feel like, again, that higher consciousness of unconditional love that this person actually has for you, they're being led by their, higher self. They're being led to, to face the situation, to fix it, and to like, because I feel like there's part of them that thinks that they can fix their life by coming back into your life. And that doesn't mean that they expect you to fix their life, but almost as if it'll give them some sort of structure, like how, like again, give them someone to emulate where I feel like you're very, like, you appear to have your life together. You appear to be, um, very strong, where this person does not feel strong within themselves. And they weren't strong because they built everything on, like, you know, not on the up and up, on shady business and shady ways of being, which means that they were always coming from a place of fear. We understand that they were coming from a place of fear because they don't feel as if they really connect with anyone. They also have a lot of shame because, again, of the way that they perceive themselves. They perceive themselves through, again, their upbringing that they're embarrassed of, or the experiences that played out within their lives, which their behaviorisms were sabotaging, which, again, they don't like what that looks like, but that's been their life. They haven't really created much of a life, meaning gone out into the world and experienced life. They've obtained things, they've bought things, they've made it look like they have a rich life from the outside, but they do not. So our destiny is calling. Preparations are underway to take the next step. So they feel like you're part of their destiny. And I feel like it's like almost like they're feeling like the life and everything that made their life, like, is falling apart. So their business, some of their family doesn't even want to talk to them anymore. If they were married, that's ending. So anything that wasn't built on truth so this person is going through complete tower moment. Think of Phoenix, right? How a Phoenix crashes and burns and it explodes. There's nothing left. And then this person is going to come back, and they feel like when they come back, they're going to be able to rise from the ashes because, again, their life will be new and they can do things differently. This is their thought. They feel this way because of a spiritual connection. They see this also because you didn't put up with their crap. Like you said, like, once they created with this crazy ass drama, you were like, I'm out. It's like, I'm not playing this game. And so, again, what they see is you're healthy, and really all the people that used to play that game with them were completely just as toxic as they were, which is why their life looks the way that it looks. Just that in relationships, we know, like, those karmic trauma bonds, what happens there, it's a one-up you game. It's where the relationships really built on love and hate, that both parties don't trust each other, don't like each other, and it's winds up being like not healthy. And I believe that your person grew up in an environment where they also couldn't trust one of their caregivers. I don't know whether the mother was divorced and had random people, but again, there was a sense of not trusting and also being hurt. So this person just feels safe with you because, like I said, you showed strength in walking away, that you didn't put up with it, and that your life looks good. It's like almost showed this person how to act differently. I know that that sounds crazy, but it's like I said, it's almost like dealing with only low vibrational energy. They expected you to act the same way. They, never expected you to put the energy into yourself, walk away, and make them contribute to the shame that they already have. And then because on top of it, they have feelings. And so, I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to identity so I can change too. Again, release my attachment to identity. This person's identity is, again, shame, their past experiences. And they're seeing you do things in life that you didn't stick around and put up with this. What you did was you're creating yourself, and they want to be a part of that, I feel like. But they know that they have to heal themselves, that they have to be strong enough to come back into your life and ask for forgiveness. And that means they have to know that they're worthy of love. That they have to, like, again, be able to be humble, be able to be vulnerable. And that's very scary for this person. Because again, for a long time, they hid behind the facade of what they wanted you to perceive that they were, instead of going out and really finding themselves and creating themselves, like kind of just covering the shadows with different personas that, are not very fulfilling. And you're not going to form deep connections. They're going to be real surface. That doesn't mean that there won't be passion, but passion without love winds up a lot of times turning very toxic. I've been so grounded all my life, it's hard for me to trust the spiritual elements of our connection, yet I can't deny they exist. So again, very spiritual connection where this person, again, grew up a certain way, was taught to think a certain way, navigated their life, and found success in certain areas of their life because they were very logical. They are very logical and analytical and very methodical. I just feel as if, you came into this person's life to actually show them that there's another way to live life, and also to teach this person about how to live more in alignment with the higher self, the spirit part of self. I feel like this person is very different from you. And like I said, your strengths happen to be that you are emotionally intelligent. You are very grounded in the spirit, and live in alignment with spirituality. This person, like I said, was shady when you met them. So again, they were definitely not living spiritually aligned. They were living from their ego. So again, there is no more ego after what everyone's done to this person. So that's the thing. They have to rebuild, recreate themselves by figuring out who they are. They feel safe enough that they can do that with you, possibly because you are spiritual. So you come across as more forgiving, more understanding. Um, you're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me again. So they are still projecting their fears and limitations. So, but they're going within to understand that what they're seeing, is what needs to be healed with inside of them. That's what that is. So, like I said, this person, and I've been getting a lot of that lately, that, like, again, that you Virgos are in connection to people that, a lot of them have realized their way, but they didn't realize their way of being until, like, their life got destroyed. But they're seeing what's important. So there's major transition going on in their life. And possibly if there's a major transition going on in your life, then you guys are twin flames. And so that this connection is being led by the divine. Our energy is stagnant and triggering sometimes. Like, so again, this person, like by you not saying anything, by not doing anything, is worrying them. It's making them extremely triggered. That's why you said they're projecting their fears that you're not going to like them, you're not going to forgive them, that they're not good enough on to you. And I feel like there's part of you that's like, I do like you. If you come back and you would um, be honest and tell me how you feel and let me in, I can work with something, but you don't give me anything to work with. And so that's the thing. This person knows that it's like the energy is stagnant because they're not doing anything. And there's a sense that they know that they have to. That's why it says our energy is stagnant and triggering sometimes happens to break the stagnancy and help the energy flow again. So again, the drama that this person creates is again that rabbit hole. So whenever they are not feeling safe or loved, they tend to like create the drama, and which is a way that they're like get more love, get more attention. They associate that. It like feeds their ego, but then they don't want it either because then it's like they're smothered. So they need it to feel safe, but they don't want it. And that's why they create again that type of crazy rabbit hole dynamic of that it's just all about drama. It's let's talk about the relationship. Let's talk about, our ideas, a lot of promises, no delivering. It's like keeping like it just keeps you up in your head around and around and around and around. That's how this person was. And so again, they would deliberately trigger you to try to get a reaction. And like I said, I just feel like you got to the point where you're like, I am not giving you anything, nothing, nothing. So they are majorly triggered because they have feelings for you. There is a part of this person that feels extremely connected to you, feels like you're supposed to be in their life. They can't explain it. And it's because they're not a spiritual person. They're learning about this part of themselves. I feel like they've navigated themselves solely through the ego and never was taught any other way. And yes, continue to make bad choices because of it. And that's why I said this is why they have a very low self-esteem, because they identify with the experiences that they have had and they haven't really lived life. Love like ours can change the world. They feel like, again, that they're really supposed to be with you. Like, I feel like this is a divine connection, one that's supposed to at least come in to help heal. Sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head. At times it's triggering me because I wonder how much you can see into me. So again, that ESP connection and then this knowing where they feel like stuff about them. And that might be you post something on your social media, they read it, they're like, I'm going through that. Or you say something to them and they're like, I didn't share anything with you over that, but that's the experience I'm going through right now. How do you know that? And they feel inadequate. So a lot of their experiences, like just they always try and present themselves in the best light to be perfect. And unfortunately, there is no such thing as perfect. We find our perfect through our own unique individuality. This person wasn't allowed to figure out who their individuality was. So, again, what we see here, however, is that they want to do things differently. So, let's ask why you attracted this person into your life. Uh, Trauma. You have your own trauma that made you feel like not loved. You know, there's only two energies, love and fear. So any type of trauma that's unresolved will attract people that have shame, guilt, victimization. You, again, if you have trauma where you were taught that you were not loved, again, and that's not necessarily verbal. It could have been that your parent wasn't available for you, didn't give you the nurturing that you need, there was no support. Maybe you watched your parent again go through a horrible relationship. It's the same thing as what this person that is connected to you went through. Again, inherited trauma. So again, inherited trauma will play out as attracting people like the people that you dealt with in the family that you grew up in that had similar wounds. Confusion, that love is difficult, that love is hard, that life is hard. And life would be hard if you weren't taught from a spiritual perspective. And I feel like, again, you both grew up in an environment that's what you were taught because money was hard to come by. Again, money issues, relationships were difficult. Love love is pain. Being taught that love is pain, being overly loyal to people that don't deserve it. Again, all of it is extremely confusing. It makes you feel as if you're not going to belong. And you're not going to belong because you tend to overgive and overdo to people that don't deserve it. And the behaviorisms that you learn to survive and the coping mechanisms that you learn to navigate life with to create your own balance, like, are what sabotages you, are actually what brings you down, is actually the shame is recreated because you're living like actually through the perception that you're still going through that turbulent situation, that you're still dealing with that trauma. So like I said, it's like I feel like you grew up in the same thing of confusion. The difference is that you put the time and effort into yourself, that you were like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not doing this. It doesn't feel good to live like this, to be like this again without emotional support. That's physical touch, is I associate that with like nurturing, like love. It's like it's emotional, and that this person doesn't give emotional support. What they did was they created, fantasy time. They created drama, like, look how much you're gonna love me, and we're gonna have passionate sex, and because we both have these feelings and there's a lot of attraction, but there's no ground. And so that, if you would have went into that situation, which you didn't, which is again why this person is changing, because there was always a spiritual connection. They just wanted to navigate the relationship like that way. Because again, they were stuck in shame. So again, the emotional, without getting the emotional stuff from this person and keeping it, where you're always confused, keeps you in a cycle of trauma. And that is exactly what a trauma bond is. That this person grew up similar to you, and you would actually be reenacting. What you did was actually when you were like, I'm not doing this anymore, this person is like, well, I have to learn to heal. And the best place to learn how to heal is to now shift my perception from logical and analytical into more spiritual, to become a little bit more emotionally intelligent, to be able to, be able to see, to incorporate those parts of themselves. And I believe, like I said here, it's kind of like this person's muse. So last ones of, I long for you, but can't express it. I'm trying to heal my childhood wound so I don't hurt you again. This is where they are. So again, this situation has made this person, again, really see how they navigate the relationship, see how they were going to actually recreate the same undesirable life experiences. The thing is that you didn't allow it. And because you didn't allow it, I feel like, again, this person almost realizes now anyway, being like, well, all those people that I played the game with, they're taking my life down. This person was like, the hell with you, I'm not going to play this game. I'm going to put the energy into myself. And there you're going out there, you're making life happen for yourself. You look attractive. That's attractive that you, again, set the boundary. So it's, again, made this person, not like you any less. They're a little embarrassed, again, have shame because of the way that they acted, but not enough to not want to fix it. You're gorgeous both inside and out. Being around you just brings peace and light into my life. So this person wants to be in your life, but what I see is that there's a bigger reason why they want to. There's this feeling of safety. There's a feeling of familiarity. There's a feeling like you can help them. And being apart from you has changed my life. I'm in a dark place right now. I will contact you soon. So like I said, this is just confirming everything that I've said. That's what these cards are doing right now. So it's, again, they're going to contact you soon. Do they know exactly how they're going to navigate this relationship? No, but will they be different when they're able to actually come back? Yes. Are they open to doing things the right way? Yes. However, I believe that you're going to have to be the person that navigates the relationship because this person doesn't know. And you're going to navigate it more from a spiritual perspective. And that might be that things happen, people live karmic experiences, and the way that we can make sure that we heal so that we don't create those same undesirable experiences is to work on our character. And that this person, actually, that's what this is all about. Their karma was created because of their shitty character. And here you are, more of a spiritual person that doesn't live that way, and your life looks good, and they have a connection to you, and they want to change. So you'd actually be showing them the way to change. But I don't believe that this person was ready before now. I feel like it's actually divine time. It's actually, that spirit is bringing you together at this time, and possibly to work on something together, because that's what it says here, that this person feels as if, you're supposed to be in their life, but it's all about them changing the identity that they associated with themselves with, which was one of a lower energy that bound them to shame, and moving into a place of unconditional love. So we can ask Spirit, what is the energy that we can pull into this right now? I mean, because this person is open to coming back, and they want to come back. They want to be different. They realize what it is. And I feel like this is general message. So some of you guys are going to be like, no way. And others of you are going to be like, okay. I feel like this person is going to try to earn your trust and respect, especially since now they pretty much have nowhere to go. You're like like everything that's been in their life has kind of crumbled. So it's not actually through default. I feel like this person wanted to come back before that. It's just they were prevented. And I think a lot of the people that, were tripping them up knew that your person wanted to move on with their life. They might not know that it was you, but they wanted to trip them up so that whoever they were connected to would just give up, would just, almost like it was a missed opportunity. And what the thing is that your person knows that they have to humble themselves and, be different, but they're going to be willing to do that because, again, of what they just went through. Goodness, I refined my character. Okay, this is what I asked Spirit. I said, what can we do? I refine my character. That's the first line. So again, a connection to make this person look at the character. And maybe you too, when dealing with somebody on a low vibration, dealing with somebody that, isn't very emotionally intelligent can be triggering to you. So just because you're not, trying to get over on anyone, maybe you need to learn forgiveness or be a little bit more compassionate, being a little bit more softer, especially if you went through experiences where you did not get the emotional, needs, and you were expected to be a parent, you were expected to be perfect growing up. And so you didn't get the emotional support. You had to be that parent. You would actually respond as if like, well, why am I the only person in the relationship? And you wouldn't want to really teach this person because it would be triggering, where Spirit's saying, I give you what you need to heal. So this person you will have strong feelings for. However, to navigate the relationship successfully, you'll have to refine your character, overcome difficulties by remaining positive, which is hard to do if someone's triggering you, right? And so, what other way is Spirit going to be able to give you this kind of test? Is to bring you someone that there is a spiritual connection. You do see the good in them. You do have that and if they apologize, well, it's all about opening up the heart. I believe that both you and your person grew up in environments that you were taught to like protect your heart. So have a closed heart. So this person keeps getting in their own way and sabotaging their entire life. And you're probably always attract people that are emotionally not really available, not giving you emotionally what you need. So you have to, again, integrate the spiritual lesson. You coming across as too perfect, too strong, too, but also not really having fun. Maybe you need to go out and put your energy more into like your hobbies, your interests. And maybe you do that, but once you get into a relationship, you tend to not do that, is what Spirit is saying. So it's to continue to do that, to continue to not change, to continue to to nurture yourself. Because remember, you're teaching this person how you want to be treated, and also you're this person's muse of how they too can achieve success in their own life, and how you both can create a healthy relationship without losing each other in the relationship, without actually creating an attachment. So I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. So again, this person is coming into your life to help you transform your shadows into light. So we know that it's a difficult relationship because the only way that that's going to happen is through the fact that they're going to trigger you and vice versa. So there has to be a lot of passion, and we saw that here. That's why they said it has to be elevated, and it's only going to be elevated once you both heal the spiritual blocks that you both have. Okay, So then it's like, I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. So this is what Spirit is saying. Is all about refining your character, because when we say refining the character, it's all about evolving into a place of unconditional love, of loving yourself fully, so that you can give and receive of love through your free will. So you can attract the situations and experiences that you love, so you can become love and channel it out. That can't happen if you don't like yourself. That can't happen if you're going to be triggered by a person, by people that are on a lower consciousness from you, Virgo. And I say that only because if you grew up to be a parent, you were expected to be perfect. And so you're hyper aware of how you treat people, and you're hyper aware of how you want to be presented, and you're hyper aware of, and this person is not, they're not awake. That doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. And it doesn't mean they don't have gifts and aren't bringing things to the table. This person's very grounded. That's why they say this. I know that there's, something here, but this spiritual energy, I'm not familiar with. I know that it's important though. So understand they're bringing the grounded energy to you. They can create bones, consistency. And, like I said, and when they're balanced, they don't take all those risks. So I believe that, again, that's why this relationship is considered divine, because it's almost like Spirit saying, this person is going to help you heal, and you are going to help them heal too. And that's through the act of, refining your character, through, again, the fact that you both love each other. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be triggered, though. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know whether you resonated with this, and if you did, give me a like, comment. I feel like this has been kind of like a reoccurring theme lately of, people leaving and sabotaging the connection and actually realizing. However, what we do see in actuality in this story, what I liked, is why you are attracting this person, and that, sometimes the sabotaging behavior is not reckless. It's that it's actually playing it too safe, being too perfect. And that's where Spirit's saying is, that's a second chakra imbalance, either way that you cut it. One's overactive, one's underactive. The person that tries to be perfect and controlled and never like does anything reckless, well, they too are just as imbalanced as the person that, is reckless. And that the way that you change that is finding yourself. And I believe that Spirit brings this person into your life so that you can play together, so you can find each other without, wanting it to look a certain way. And that's why that this is happening now at this current time. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.